I've mastered the ability of standing so incredibly still that I've become invisible to the eye. Watch.
Now, I'm not quite sure where the Avengers Project could possibly be, but I know for a fact that we're not gonna give up looking for it. Anyways, welcome back, true believers and all you merry Marvelites, to another really interesting Avengers Project related video. But before we even begin the video, everyone, I would just like to say a very happy new year to all of you incredible individuals. For me personally, 2018 was an absolutely incredible year, both for Marvel video games as well as myself personally, and I just can't wait to see what this year will bring in store for all of us. So here's hoping that 2019 will be just as good, if not better, than what 2018 gave us all around. And with all that said, let's jump right into the topic at hand, which is of course when we can actually expect to see footage of the Avengers Project in action. And if you're personally someone who is very much invested within the Avengers Project and wants to stay updated with it 24/7, I highly encourage you that you follow this fellow Twitter page. Have we heard anything about the Avengers Project? Also at Avengers SE will keep you updated everything about this awesome game while keeping you entertained at the same time. So besides listening to my commentary about the game, I highly encourage you to follow this awesome Twitter page if you really want to keep updated about everything relating to it. Although sadly, one of the biggest disappointments about 2018 is that Square Enix, Crystal Dynamics, and Eidos Montreal did not keep to their promise to the fans about the Avengers Project. And if you didn't know, we were promised in the very first teaser trailer of the Avengers Project all the way back in January of 2017, promising us that we would get an update about the game sometime in 2018. And seeing how we're already in 2019 with no update about the Avengers Project whatsoever, it's very obvious to tell that something is very wrong with the overall status of this game. Like I've mentioned before, the creative director of the Avengers Project, Sean S. Cake himself, did tweet out earlier in 2018 saying that we would receive an update for the game sometime soon. So not only did the entirety of the developers over at Square, Crystal, and Eidos guarantee us some info for this game in 2018, but the creative director himself did double down saying so that was going to be the case. But once again, with no update from either development parties relating to the Avengers Project, I do think that hopefully everyone at Square, Eidos, and Crystal, along with Marvel, should show something for the game relatively soon. And this mainly brings the question as to when we can expect to see more footage of the Avengers Project be revealed to the public. Now, as for an overall release date for the game, seeing how we have not received any update for it at all within 2018, I do think that the Avengers Project will release sometime in early 2020. This is mainly because the developers of the Avengers Project did not follow up on their guarantee of showing the public more footage within the year of 2018, seeing how we're already in 2019. And the second reason being is because one of the main publishers working on the Avengers Project of Square Enix is highly known to work on separate projects for extremely long periods of time. So even though we haven't received any updates about the game yet, hopefully that does mean that all of the developers and publishers are working extremely hard to make this the best game possible. Although speaking of Square Enix, I do think they hold some relevance within the reason as to why we haven't seen any info or updates about the Avengers Project whatsoever up until this point. And one of the reasons as to why that is due to a little game that Square Enix is working on that does in fact release this month, of a little title called Kingdom Hearts 3. So obviously I am joking when I say that Kingdom Hearts 3 is a little game that Square Enix is working on, because in reality it is one of their most popular video game franchises. Not to mention that alongside of its extreme popularity as well as its relevance towards Disney-esque characters, it also is one of the most elongated developed games that Square Enix has ever worked on. So seeing that Kingdom Hearts 3 does in fact release this January is very exciting for a lot of fans of the franchise. But you may be asking yourself, what in the world does Kingdom Hearts 3 have anything to do with the Avengers Project? Well, given how close Kingdom Hearts 3 is to launch, I do think it is safe to say that once that game releases, we will have more of an opportunity to have some more info be released about the Avengers Project from Square Enix. Now obviously, if a big AAA Marvel game wanted to show off something to a big general audience, one of the main locations that they could show off more footage is obviously at this year's E3 in June. And while I do think it would make a lot of sense for Square, Crystal, Eidos, Marvel, and the rest of the developers to release something really big to show off to the general public at E3, I do think it is a smarter move to show something before that event comes. And the reason why I say that is because this game has has been in development purgatory for quite some time now, and a lot of the general public has almost completely forgot about its existence. Not only that, but the people who are extremely invested within this game, wanting to see more of what it actually is, have actually become irritated with the developers not telling us anything about its development. And it makes it even worse seeing how the developers did not live up to their promise of updating us about the status of the Avengers Project within 2018. So even though it is more than likely that we will see something big be revealed for the Avengers Project at this year's E3, I do think that we could possibly see something about this game before that time comes. Once one of their games they tend to work on is clear within its majority of development, Square Enix usually shows off a lot of trailers, getting a lot of people excited for the eventual release for a certain game that they are making. And this once again mainly relates to Kingdom Hearts 3, with a lot of trailers showing off a bunch of story-related content since the game is indeed closer to its release. Although given how the only official things that we know about the Avengers Project is who is working on it, I do think Square could profit from this particular move. If they were to randomly drop a trailer showing off more of the Avengers Project, as in which characters are going to be featured in it, and then save a full-on gameplay demo for E3, that would at least excite people a little bit more within this game. Especially given how Spider-Man PS4's DLC chapters have all wrapped up, a lot of people are eagerly anticipating to see which next big Marvel game is going to be promoted. And knowing that all eyes are in fact on the Avengers Project, I do think it would be a smart move if Square decided to show something relatively soon. And knowing that all of the developers are extremely hard at work to make sure that this is the best possible Avengers game that they can make, we'll just have to wait and see as to when we can expect new footage of the game, hopefully shown soon. But until then, everyone, that's the video that I have for you today, and please let me know all your thoughts in the comments section down below. When do you think that we could see new footage of the Avengers Project be shown to the general public, and are you personally disappointed with them not showing anything for the game in 2018? For me personally, I do think that we will see something for this game before E3 2019, but I just hope that whatever it is in fact worth the wait. But in the meantime, I'll just make sure to stay cautiously optimistic towards this really intriguing game. And until next time, everyone, thank you all so much for watching. Stay merry, Marvelites. Peace out.
But my movement was so slow that it's imperceptible.